So as part of the vice president role, part of that is getting awesome speakers. So every week we have great speakers in here. If there's anyone that you think that would make an awesome speaker, please talk to me. We would love to just continue to increase and move to just new speakers as well as the ones we've had over and over again. So this time we have a new speaker. So as the social media director for Inman News, Laura oversees the social media strategies and implementation of Inman News events such as Real Estate Connect and Agent Reboot. She is the contributing editor of Inman Next, one of the leading real estate technology and business blogs in the industry. So she brings a wealth of knowledge and we are so thrilled to have her. Please help me welcome Laura Monroe. Good morning. How's everyone doing today? Good. How many of you are familiar with Inman News? Awesome. Very cool. Well, I'm really excited to be here today because I'm actually from Pleasanton. I started my real estate career at the Keller Williams Tri-Valley office in downtown Pleasanton. So I'm ecstatic to be here. I was just a marketing assistant and that was 12 years ago. And now I'm just touring the country, putting on events, writing blogs about technology, social media, and basically running our social media strategy at Inman News. So I'm really excited to be here today. So I realize that we're getting towards the fourth quarter. We're in the fourth quarter. I'm hoping that some of you are actually planning your business plan for 2014, kind of taking a look at what you got going on in marketing. And one of the things that we've been talking about around the country with Agent Reboot, which is our one-day technology conference that we tour around the country, is mobile marketing. And how to understand your digital marketing and how it translates online to everyone who's using iPads and cell phones and are constantly just head down into the phone. How can you make an impact with those kind of people and consumers? So next, you can go ahead and advance the next slide. And so basically, marketing has been, especially for real estate, it covers, you wear so many hats. You have your digital marketing, you have email marketing, you have so many different things that you're doing. And now over the past couple of years, we've added so many other things like Instagram and Vine and video, and how do I incorporate all of these into my business strategy? And one of the things that we've learned is that not only is it all-encompassing in terms of marketing, you can't just wear one hat for each individual funnel of marketing, but now you need to understand how that translates mobily. So if you could advance the slide. This is a website that's actually called We Never Look Up, and it's just a gallery of photographs of how we are head down into our mobile devices. You can go to the next slide, please. But if you can see some of the statistics up here, not only are we in our devices in terms of our mobile phones, but we're also multitasking with a multitude of devices. So I don't know how many of you are here maybe with iPads and a phone, or a tablet and a phone and a laptop in your car, and you're just mobile. Well, our consumers are the same way. So what I want to talk to you today about is how to optimize your digital marketing strategy to attract those mobile customers. So we're going to break it down into some web strategy, a little bit of social media, and then a little bit of I'm going to give you some really good apps to try out too, because those have come across my desk recently. So go ahead and advance. You can advance again, thanks. Already talked about that one. So I don't know how many of you know Nicole Nicolay. She is with Agent Evolution. She's just one of my really, really good friends. And she is a web designer. Their company, designs websites. And one of the things that's really important for you to start considering on your personal website is to have a responsive website. How many of you actually know what responsive means and maybe even have one? Anybody? No, you do, Jim. I should know that. So take down this link at the bottom. Just scribble it on a notepad or on one of your flyers. That studiopress.com/responsive. This actually will allow you to put in the URL of your own website, and what will display is how your website looks on mobile devices, how it looks on an iPhone, how it looks on a tablet. how it looks on an iPad. And this will kind of show you how consumers are viewing your site mobilely. And one of the things that we talk about with having a responsive site, and as you move towards 2014, start to consider moving some of your digital presence into a more mobile-friendly device, is that if you have a responsive website, your website will actually visually adapt to the size of the device that the consumer is viewing it on automatically. You won't have to worry about having a special mobile app. You won't have to worry about having, something additional like a Mobi site that, you have one site here, you have one site here. It takes your current website and actually just adapts it to the device size. So that's one thing that you can just kind of put on your list to say responsive website, and think about that. Contact Nicole at Agent Evolution. They have some amazing website themes that you can use to easily merge your current website into something responsive and beautiful and have a completely rebranded site. So I encourage you to do that. So next slide, please. You can move past that. I want to kind of get back to what another thing that we're hearing is so many agents are frustrated with their websites. It used to be that the main intention that we had with websites was to get in the top of the search engines. There was Zillow, and now there's Zillow and Truly and Realtor.com, and they're completely taking away that first page of search engine results. But agents that are still blogging, agents that are still using their websites to provide really good content, have a tool that is working for them 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So along with becoming a responsive website, I really encourage you to keep putting content on your website for people to find you. It's even more important now because as consumers filter down through their start of their search, which is at something like Trulia or Zillow, they're going to come down, and when they get to that neighborhood and when they get to that area where they really want to find a home, they're going to find someone like Jim's site. They're going to find someone's website that's in the community that they're looking to buy in. So give them the valuable content that they need. And you can probably fast forward through these next little transitions here, just kind of, go into the next one. So one of the things that we also talk about is that now there's the capability. How many of you have Apple TV? Anybody have an Apple TV? Okay, so Apple TV is basically taking your iPad or your tablet or your phone, and you can plug it into your TV, and what can happen is you can surf the web, you can go on social media, and you can display it on your big screen TV. So I use it all the time, and I surf the web. So I get to see websites that are not only little tiny devices, but I get to see websites that are on nice 45-inch flat screen TVs. And more, if you're sitting in front of the TV with your iPad, people are searching homes and browsing. So it's kind of important just to understand that there's some really cool things that you can do with your website that can help people really understand how to get to that information visually. So we're just going to talk about some visual things. This is a website, you can't see it too clearly, but Miamism is a website of one of my agent friends in Miami. It's a very visual website. But I want you to kind of take notice of the left-hand corner visual image. It says, I think it says Surfside. She uses images that are clickable links that go to actual valuable content. So these could be sales reports, they could be community information, they could link to other areas of her site. But if you notice, the first thing you're going to notice is the photograph. You're not really noticing an overwhelming amount of text that I'm having to search and find a community. So just think about how on your website, if you don't like to write copy and you don't like to write text, use photographs. They're visually stimulating, they capture attention, and I'm going to talk about how good they capture attention. Next slide, please. This is just kind of what I was talking about, is typically a user who is on their cell phone. Now I took these screenshots from my iPhone of the same website. And what happened on the left-hand corner, up in Miami Shores 2012 sales, that's actually a PDF for the sales report for the year for her communities. When you click on that photograph, what pops up is the actual PDF downloadable file. But we have an option here on our iPhone to be able to drop it into a variety of different apps on our phones so that we can save it. So remember that when you're adding content onto your website, if you can make it clickable and you kind of know how people are downloading that into their phones, You'll know what kind of asset you need to have. In other words, you know whether, like if you used a Word document, it probably wouldn't open up very easily because it's not as user-friendly. PDF reports are. So what you put on your website, make them PDF friendly because they're going to be much more mobile friendly. Just like when you're adding documents and adding signatures to your current documents on PDFs. It's easier than using Word documents and things like that. So just so that you know kind of how it comes out on someone's mobile device, you'll be able to just kind of think ahead when you're planning on what sort of things you're putting on your website. Next slide, please. This is just a real quick visual cell, and I want to talk about that. So let's fast forward through that one. Okay, so this was a really cool thing. I was, a few months ago, I was putting this presentation together, and on the Wall Street Journal, there was actually an article that came out about, we literally have, for listing homes, listing photos, you have literally 20 seconds to make a first impression. From any marketing collateral, whether that be digital, whether that be in a flyer, whether that be in the MLS, you have 20 seconds to make an impression with that very first listing photo. Make it count. Visuals always count. The reason why, there's a couple stats behind me here, 90% of the information transmitted in the brain is visual, and visuals are processed 60,000 times faster in the brain. Who would rather look at nice photos than sit and read a whole bunch of text on a flyer? Yes. Okay. Keep it simple. Keep it beautiful. Especially in this area, I know how beautiful the homes are. Get the right photographers, get the right, editing, make them glorious, make them wonderful, and make those the ones, pick your favorite. If the backyard is a favorite, if it has a golf course view, use the ones that are actually going to sell the property and make an impact. And we'll talk about ways you can also make impacts with those. The other thing is videos. Don't be afraid to use video marketing. Videos are really huge too. We're going to talk about that. So next slide, please. So typography. Who knows what typography is? Any graphic designers in the house? Yeah, a little bit. So typography is just a fancy word for fonts. And now there's some really amazing apps that you can get on your phones that allow you to overlay words over photographs, as you've seen in some of these slides. One of my favorite apps is called Over. You might want to write that down. It is an app, I think it's specifically just for the iPhone, but what it'll allow you to do is, let's say like you want to upload one of your new listings onto Facebook. What you can do is you can open up one of the photos in your iPhone, run it through the Over app, and you can put in gorgeous golf course view in Pleasanton, and put that over as an overlay in a beautiful font over your photograph. Post that onto Facebook. So guess what happens when you do that? Anybody know? So when I'm going through my news feed, and I have a lot of real estate agents that are my friends, they put up a lot of listing photos, and they say how beautiful it is, and they tell me how many bedrooms and bathroom it is. But you know what? I don't take the time to find out where it's at. Because I'm going through my news feed. I don't really stop to really go, wow, it's a nice house, but gosh, it's all the way over in Florida. So I want to know where it's at. So tell me in your Facebook feed as I'm going through and show me something that's really interesting to me. Tell me something interesting about the property. Use typography to help you creatively. We do that over flyers. We say beautiful views, location, location, location. I used to do that when I worked at Keller Williams. So do that with your photos, and you'll see probably some good, amazing results for people who are on their phones. So next slide, please. So the same thing with video. Are any of you using YouTube channels to help with your video marketing? Yeah, fabulous, awesome. Video marketing, if you're not already incorporating video marketing, think about it for 2014. It's becoming easier and easier to adapt that technology. There's so many different ways that you can edit video from your phones, from your tablets, and you can even get into higher production. But one of the things that does is it also creates not only a whole other channel of digital marketing on YouTube, which is excellent for SEO, it's excellent for driving traffic, but another thing that it does is another visual channel and another visual media for you to put on your website to capture the people that are very visually oriented. You can put client testimonials, you can put neighborhood tours, you can put open homes, you can put all sorts of things in video and go ahead and put those on your website. And what you're going to do is you're going to capture that audience that really wants to sort of go through visually before they want to sit and read. So that's another way of attracting and capturing, keeping people on your site, driving traffic, cross-marketing to and from your YouTube channel back over to your website. So one of the things that you might want to do too is some of the same techniques that you do with regular typography over photos. You can also do that over video as well. And if you're really creative and really get great with editing, that's another great way to make, it's almost like having another web presence altogether. Just make it stand out, and you're going to attract, I mean, my daughter, I got to tell you this little story. So my daughter's 14, she's in high school, and all she does is look at YouTube videos. Does anyone else have anybody like that they know? I mean, she doesn't, when she becomes a home buyer, which I'm hoping she'll do, you know, maybe in her 20s if we're lucky, she'll be searching for homes through video. She won't even go through a website. She'll hit YouTube first. She looks at that to find out how to make cookies, you know, how to do everything. My son looks at it to find out how to change oil in his model car, and that's where people are going to be. Get a way to get video marketing going, get the information out there, make it mobile. It's also automatically translates mobilely very well. So that's just another great way to, you know, optimize that mobile marketing. And that's about all I have. Last slide is just a little wrap-up slide. You can fast forward to the last part. You can go back one more. Sorry about that. You know, so basically, what you should do is just kind of to wrap it up for 2014, just be thinking about making your website more mobile responsive. Check out agentevolution.com. Call Nick. She's excellent at guiding you into, you know, moving into that type of website. They're visually stunning themes and designs that they can help you with. The other thing is use some typography, use some fancy apps. And if you have a pen out, I have some new apps that have come across my desk. This is completely off topic of mobile marketing, but this is more just for useful. So on iTunes, there's a new app called Go Connect app. This is a mobile real estate checklist app just for you. I've actually played with it on my iPhone. I have it on my iPhone. It's very simple to use. It's not a CRM. It's not something that you contact all of your contacts from. But what it does is it's a checklist so that you can just kind of run through your day, run through the different things, to-dos that you have to do, different listings, buyers, sellers, and keeps it all nice and organized in a very user-friendly, swipe back and forth organization. So that's one. Another one that you might want to try is marketvideos.com. This is an email marketing platform that is video oriented, but what it does is it automatically generates market reports for your market, automatically for you, creates a video with someone that actually speaks to the information in that marketing, and automatically generates that so you can send it out to your email database. It's slick. It's really slick. It's very easy to use and pretty cost effective as well. So if you're even just thinking about getting into video marketing, this is one of the great tools that you can even get started with. Another one is called BombBomb. It's another video marketing tool if you wanted something a little bit simpler than doing market reports, but you just wanted a way to get some additional information out there. BombBomb is also, it's a website, it's not necessarily an app, but they do have a mobile app that you can use. So that's another one. So that's basically pretty much it. I'm just encouraging you to get visual, get mobile, become responsive, and attract some more clients for 2014. And I can be found, looking forward to that last slide. I'm a blogger on inmannext.com, which is also on the inman.com site. I travel around the country with Agent Reboot, which we will have an Agent Reboot in San Francisco, which I'm personally inviting you to, but it's not till July, so we have a little while to go. We have Real Estate Connect, which is our really big conference where we have up to 2,000 real estate agents from across the country come to New York, which is in January, and then again in San Francisco. So if you're up for coming to New York or going to be in New York, January 15th through 17th, we will be having our 18th year of Real Estate Connect in downtown Manhattan. So it'll be a lot of fun. And that's about it. On Twitter, I'm at Laura Monroe, and I'm also on Facebook. I'd be happy to connect with you, talk with you about social media. always available. Just send me a Facebook message or a Twitter DM or whatever, and I will be there. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate it.
Was that good or what? Huh? Did we learn something today? All right.